Hi there, Willem here from Willem Avenant Rally Racing. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. So this video is going to be a quick rundown of all the tools I'm packing for a tire or a tube change on the road when I'm doing a solo trip. Part of my decision for taking this is normally I use mousses. We run mousses in the rallies. With mousses you don't get flats. But mousses need to be changed out regularly. When they get hot, they start melting, and when they melt, they fail. And when they fail, you have catastrophic failure of your tire because it just rips a big hole out of your tire. And therefore, when you do long adventure trips and when you plan to go a little bit faster for longer periods, you run tubes. But if you run tubes, you need to be able to change a flat next to the road. I'm not used to carrying that much tools, and that's why I try to minimalize it as much as possible. That's what I'm going to share with you guys today. We're also going to be doing a video of everything else we're packing, so we'll definitely share that, so stay tuned. We'll do a whole rundown of everything that we're going to pack. For now, we're going to focus on the tools, and obviously we're going to be packing everything in our awesome KTM Cape Town Krieger bags, which I'm very excited to show you guys. So this is my basic tube or tire changing tools. Most of this I got from the friendly people at Flying Brick in Cape Town, so do give them a visit. They have pretty much everything you need. This is extremely important. This is I got from KTM, obviously. This is a tire pressure gauge which becomes invaluable when you're changing your tires. This bead buddy is absolute lifesaver. When you are changing your tire alone next to the road, it keeps the bead down when you're pushing the tire back. This is a small 12-volt pump. I've used this quite a few times. I'm super happy with them. Pretty inexpensive. The dial on that is not accurate, which is why we're carrying a tire pressure gauge. Then some stuff that I've learned from other people over time is lubrication, especially if it comes to changing tires, are super important. And I just carry some sunlight liquid in this small little container, and that helps with the lubing process when you put on new tubes or when you're changing tires. This is a valve puller. This is to pull the valve through the rim when you're putting in your tire. I've actually figured out a way not to use this, and I just lift or force the tire up when I put the tube in, and then I put the valve through. But this is a very handy tool to have. These are Desert Fox tire spoons, which as you can see I've used quite a bit already. Absolutely love them. Then I carry these two little CO2 canisters in case my pump fails. So I'm not carrying a hand pump, but I've got two of these. If the pump decides to break, I can quickly inflate a new tube. This is something I learned on a recent adventure trip, which, you know, I was finished and my hands were dirty and everything, and one of the guys on the trip gave me a wet wipe, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. So from now on I always carry some wet wipes in my tool bag, because that really helps when your hands are nice and dirty. And then if you need to change your if you don't have a spare tire, you obviously have to patch it. So in there we've got our patch and solution. And then this is very important, especially if you're alone, especially if you're in an area where there's no rocks or logs. This is a little stand also from Flying Brick that can just pull out and that you can rest your bike on to help you change your tire or get your wheel out. So all of this then I put in this little bag, or this little box. And that's pretty much my tire dash tube changing stuff. Another little thing that I always find is I can never get a flat piece of ground that's clean. So instead of getting all the muck and the grease onto the ground and having lots of dust and soil by the hole for the axle, I take a little piece of tarp with me that I just cut to size, and it's small. I carry it with me on the bike, so when I do change a tire, I just open that and put the wheel on that. That's my tow strap in case another biker or somebody comes along that can tow me, and this is just a little buckle strap. Right, so then coming to the actual tool roll, I've got some combination spanners to take out or take off a wheel. So that's a 32 on one side, and a 27 on the other, a 17 on the one side and 21 on the other. I've got two of these. They also back up as tire spoons if you need an extra pair. And then I've got another small one that actually is also a lifesaver. This is the standard, this is just a standard tool roll. I always carry a rag with. We've got a spark plug tool, and then just a 13 and, you know, the basic 12s and 10s and 8s. And then with the KTM bikes, normally they come with a little tube with everything else you would need in it as well. So that's got all those little sockets in there, set of Allen keys. Obviously on the road, Pirelli steel is extremely important. I always carry that. That's an absolute lifesaver. Some spare fuses, some electrical tape. I've got spare hoses in there. I've got a ton of cable ties in there, a small vice grip. This has also saved my life quite a few times. And then just odds and ends in there, like bolts and stuff. And then one of the most important things, I carry this thing with me everywhere I go on every trip, is my Leatherman. This is the P2, I think, yeah, free P2. This thing I've now had for about a year. And I've used it almost every day of my life. I absolutely love it. It is so versatile. You can use it for anything, and it is the ultimate go-to multi-tool for me in any adventure ride. And then obviously just two spare tubes. Some guys only carry a front 21-inch because it can fit in the back. I am taking a rear and front tube just because to make my life easier. And then if that fails, I do have my puncture repair kit, patch and solution there as well. Like I say, a lot of guys would carry a 21-inch only. I'm going to try and do both if I can fit it into the bags, which I'm pretty sure I can. So this is a quick rundown of everything that I will be carrying, and hopefully that will be enough. Two spare tubes, my trusty Leatherman, a standard tool roll with some gloves, a top to lay our tire or tube or wheel down, a toe strap, a buckle strap, and then the, let's call it, tire tube changing kit. As I've got pretty much all of this except for the tire gauge, which they also sell from Flying Brick in Cape Town. So do give them a visit if you need any of these things. Great stuff. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the road.